Entaro Tassadar, fellow Protoss players. My name is Kylaris, and that was terrible. It's like Entaro Tassadar in a proper English accent, in a gentleman's accent. It's not quite as fierce as how the Zealot says it. Anyway, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kylaris, as I said, and today we're going to be looking at a game between MysticPrime, one of the Prime members in Korea, and nirvAnA, one of the Southeastern Asia players. I think currently ranked third on the Southeastern Asian servers, and he is slowly becoming my favourite Protoss player, or one of my favourite Protoss players anyway, alongside Prime from Korea, in MysticPrime's clan actually. But yeah, I decided to cast this as I've just received a replay pack of 300 Protoss replays, oh my god, from all the best Protoss players. So if you want to actually download that replay pack, it's on the Team Liquid website, on the replay section thingy mabob. So yeah, definitely go download that if you're a Protoss player and learning. It's going to have so much in it that's going to be fantastic. So yeah, I'm going to cast quite a few of these games, but I've also got a few of my own games coming up, which are pretty stupid, but they're fun casting, so it's all good. Anyway, nirvAnA just sending out this first probe in order to do a little bit of scouting. This map is Blistering Sands, by the way, sorry for not saying that before. And we do see MysticPrime just going for pretty much what looks like a standard build here at this point. Probably going to be throwing down an extractor. Oh no, he's going hatch first, so that's quite ballsy of MysticPrime. Normally the standard build for a Zerg player would be extractor, spawning pool, then hatch, but hatch first is very ballsy indeed. And we do see him throwing down this spawning pool in order to be able to support as well. However, we do see nirvAnA throwing down 2 gateways in order to be able to potentially pile on early pressure in the direction of MysticPrime, and MysticPrime is now poking away at this pylon in order to try and kill it with this drone, and there is a probe coming to fend it off here as well, but this probe looks like it doesn't have the upper hand. This drone is kicking its ass, and the drone wins somehow. That was interesting. Anyway, we do see a cybernetics core coming down, and nirvAnA is as surprised as I am by the outcome of that small battle. One sec, I need to take a drink. Oh my god, I've just remembered. If anybody ever comes across bacon and caramel donuts, I know that sounds terrible, I know that sounds awful. In fact, when I saw it, I thought to myself, that sounds bloody disgusting. But, get it. It was amazing. It was the most amazing thing ever. And I would have bought more, but they were like €2 each, so I was thinking to myself, if I get kind of addicted to them, it's going to become extremely expensive, so I better not. Anyway, after that engagement with this probe and drone, we do see nirvAnA now chrono boosting out 2 stalkers in order to be able to apply some early pressure to this very early hatchery, as it did go down before the spawning pool and gas, so MysticPrime may not have as much to support this hatchery as he would like at this point. We do see all these stalkers now moving across the map, all these Zerglings spreading out very nicely. However, he is going to be able to pick off a few Zerglings by the looks of things. And he gets one, and the other one's running away. But all these Zerglings now spreading themselves out across the map in order to be able to do quite a bit of scouting, so they're going to get some nice scouting off. But we do see this early pressure from nirvAnA coming in, going to be taking some sniping shots at this queen. And this Spinecrawler is just finished, so he's going to have to move back, trying to get a few more shots on those Zerglings, but it's not going to prove to any avail. We do see now a Stalker and Zealot coming across the map in order to be able to support this forward position, and it seems like Mystic is going to be able to have enough to hold this off. This Spinecrawler is not in the best position for these units moving up this side, and these Zerglings are not as strong as these units by any means, and it does seem that nirvAnA is going to come into the base and try and pick off an Overlord. Excuse me, need to cough a little bit. We do see Zergling speed now coming out for MysticPrime, though. However, these Zergling Stalkers are moving into the base quite quickly and can take out a drone as well as this Queen. So that Queen is just about to go down, but he doesn't finish it off in the end. There are a lot of Zerglings now coming in to reinforce and are going to be able to push these Stalkers away, I believe. We do see now a expansion going down for nirvAnA here, as well as more early pressure coming on from nirvAnA. We see a lot more units reinforcing this Zealot and Stalker coming to reinforce, and a very, very good micro there by nirvAnA in order to be able to get out of that situation, not getting surrounded by the Zerglings and still picking off a lot of Zerglings at the same time. This second spine crawler now though is in a great position in order to be able to defend this ramp, as well as a second, oh god, excuse me, I've got a really bad cough this morning, a second assimilator going down for nirvAnA, as well as a Twilight Council. So we're going to be able to see what I suspect, since he is going so Stalker heavy with this build, is probably some blink action from nirvAnA here. As I say, I do cast all these blinds, so my predictions may be terribly wrong and I may lose all credibility, but it doesn't matter. We shall see what happens. Anyway, just pumping out more Zerglings for MysticPrime at this point. The speed is almost finished. Yes, it just finished there. That was good timing. And now, I imagine, we're just going to see quite a lot of Zerglings for MysticPrime. I imagine they'll be wanting to tech up to lair very soon, as it can be very troublesome to deal with these Stalkers and Zealots without having a lair, and most Zerg players do like to go Mutalisk. Anyway, we do now see, Blink being researched. Ha ha ha, very good prediction skills. But this Zergling has spotted that something's going on at this Twilight Council. And now we see a lot more Zerglings running across the map in order to be able to control this watchtower. These watchtowers are fantastic for anybody who is a newer player, in order to be able to see quite a lot of the map. So yes, get the watchtowers, it's fantastic. Anyway, we do see two more gates down here at this choke point, blocking off this entrance. The reason being for this, if you are a new player, is because on this map you do have these destructible rocks, and once you wall off with the gates there, as a Protoss player, you can just use these destructible rocks as your new entrance, and it also gives you the opportunity to secure this fast expansion. Or expansion in general. Anyway, these Zerglings now beating down on these rocks, and we do see indeed a layer coming out for our Zerg player, as well as an in-base hatchery. So going 2 base off 3 hatch. So that's going to give him a lot more mobility with how many units he can produce off these 2 bases, as long as he does saturate this second base. See now these Zerglings breaking down these rocks in order to be able to secure a second expansion if he so wishes. However, we do see weapons level 1 going up for nirvAnA, as well as more probes, and I imagine just reinforcing with Stalkers as soon as these warp gates are off cooldown. Ooh. We now see a evolution chamber going down, a dual evolution chamber going down for MysticPrime in order to be able to get the weapons and defense upgrades at the same time for his Zerglings. So it's very sticking very heavily with the Zerglings here. I assume he would go Mutas with this hatch, this layer. However, that being said, against the Stalkers with Blink, that would be very ineffective to a certain degree. Not completely ineffective, because Mutas have got a mobility advantage over Blink Stalkers, but not as much as you'd like to think, unfortunately. Anyway, nice creep spread here from MysticPrime. We do see a lot of creep tuners coming out in order to be able to increase his mobility in general. However, there's a big Stalker army moving out across the map here, and with this Blink, it's going to be extremely, extremely strong against any kind of attacks that do come its way. A lot of Zerglings outside here and a lot of Zerglings in the back in order to be able to flank, no doubt, and these Zerglings are moving in now. We need to see, nice micro there from nirvAnA in order to be able to bring back the wounded ones being hit but now being flanked from this side as well. But there are too many Stalkers here for these Zealots to possibly handle at this point. Again, nice micro, blinking back the Stalkers that are most weak, and we do see a little bit of mismanagement there. Some Stalkers do go down. It would have been nice to see them all blinked back, but these Stalkers now move back after destroying all those Zerglings. I'm quite surprised he did move back at that point. There are only 2 spine crawlers here, and quite a lot of Zerglings now reinforcing. But as long as he keeps up with that blink micro, he should be fine. We do see an infestation pit now going down for MysticPrime. I'm not sure where that is. There it is. And I imagine now nirvAnA is going to want to reinforce with more Stalkers, as once you do have blink, it doubles pretty much the value of a Stalker, as they can use that blink micro in order to be able to, nice blink micro there and there as well, in order to be able to keep those alive. And now all these Zerglings are being rained upon by these Stalkers. Nice pursuit blink there in order to be able to chase down these Zerglings. Oh my god, so early in the morning, sorry guys about this. And now, again, a lot of Blink Micro being able to just save a lot of these Stalkers. Take note, Protoss players, if you want to go Blink Stalkers, use this kind of micro technique in order to be able to deal as much damage as possible to an enemy melee unit. It's fantastic, or even enemy ranged units, depending on their range. Sorry, I needed a drink again. Nice transfusion going on that Spine Crawler, but it proved to no avail as it did get taken down by those Stalkers just then. And now we see that these Stalkers are in a firm position of command. I would like to see a Sentry in this mix to be able to possibly force field this ramp whilst taking out this fast expansion. But all the drones getting in on the mix now, but they're not going to be any use at this point, as this Blink Micro and Stalker army is proving to be very menacing towards MysticPrime here. We do see a second expansion going down now for MysticPrime, however that's very, it's probably not worth it considering the fact that he's in the position that he is in, and we do see now these Stalkers raining down havoc on this hatchery, as well as more Zergling getting into the fray but proving to no effect. So we do see more Zerglings coming out now at this point, and more Stalkers being in production for nirvAnA. He should have probably warped in. I would like to see a pylon there in order to be able to reinforce this forward position even quicker. MysticPrime now just reinforcing with these Zerglings, but this hatchery has gone down, and that's going to spell GG for MysticPrime once these Stalkers do get up into the main base. So now these Stalkers just moving up the ramp here, and are going to be able to demolish what is left of MysticPrime's base. Yeah, that is going to be GG after these drones get into the mix, I imagine. So yeah, do stay tuned for more games from me. I'm sorry I didn't post any yesterday, I just felt a bit under the weather. And MysticPrime does GG, and I'm going to go and cast some more, so see you later. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kylaris, and I'm recording this, seeing if everything is working fine. La 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 la. Is it okay? He's putting down a hatchery.